We are live. It's Talking Habs training camp preview. Why do any fanfare? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hey, and my co-host, Matt. Matt, say hi.
What's going on?
Matt promises he'll try to pay attention tonight. So he promised me. All right. So, we're not doing much fanfare. Don't even know if anyone's here. Oh, it says 9 people. All right. Nobody in the chat. We're kind of okay. Gonna set this up. So I guess people know that I had torn my meniscus in my right knee, and then a few days ago I tore the meniscus in my left knee. So, so I've got braces on both knees now. Got news from my doctor today that she called me and said, "Mr. Seligman, you're falling apart." So I had x-rays on my back. So my back's full of arthritis and the discs and my knees. So yeah, things are going really good today. So needless to say, I'm on meds, very new medication. I haven't been taking it forever. This thing. So I may be a little crazy. I don't know. Matt's here to balance me out because as you can see, Matt's really not going to be crazy tonight. I'll be crazy. Matt will be normal. We should be good. All right. So let's see who's here. Matt, he's not paying attention to me.
I'm sharing the link around. I'm trying to get
he's working.
I'm doing my job.
Gentlemen. All right. No, I appreciate that.
Actually, I should say I'm doing my volunteer work. It's not a job yet.
Your intern work. It's about the same, though. I think intern and volunteer about the same thing, right? So let's see. Matt Outdoor, Harry Rice. Hey, Harry.
How's it going on, Harry?
Andrew Will. Andre, Habs Guru, Roger, Izzy, and Sean. How's it going, everybody? So, like I said at the very beginning, the reason I told you about my situation is because I wanted to plan out this show, but I had to go get a brace and pick up my meds, and it takes a long time now for me to walk. So, basically, we're going to talk about what you guys want to talk about. Let's see if we can concentrate on, things revolving around the training camp. I will just say that I would have had it out today, but I have a video coming out tomorrow. It is 7 players to watch in training camp. It would have been better if it came out today, but I haven't had a chance to edit it. There are also some big changes coming to Talking Habs. And there will be a video out tomorrow about those changes, a channel update. So please look for that. Let's get right into it. Let me see. Is there anybody else I can add here? Nope, nobody else came in. So, so toss out your questions about training camp, whatever you want. We can answer them if you just want our opinions. And Matt and I are going to do our best to answer all your questions. What do you say to that, Matt? Sound like a plan?
Let's do it.
And as you can see, Matt and I tonight are twins, both wearing the same hat. The only difference is my ego's not big enough that I signed my own hat. I didn't do that. You can see mine's not signed. So just although you can't tell. You know what?
Yeah, because of the camera. Well, if I get closer, you can see.
Yeah, it's not showing up for the camera. It's sort of.
It's right here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so there you go. But mine's not signed because I'm not an egomaniac. Although I think some people might say that I am, but that's different. We're not gonna get into that tonight. So, hey, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Appreciate it.
Started watching. Good day. It's a good thing you just started watching, and you know why? Because we just started broadcasting. So, if you've been watching for a half hour already, that might have been a problem. So, awesome. Hey, Valentino, that's a funny story. I was born on Valentine's Day. The nurses at the hospital wanted my mother to call me Valentino. And it's not a knock on your name, but I always say, and I don't believe in God, but thank God that didn't happen to me. I just didn't want to be called that. So it turned out to be between Robert and Richard, and she called me Richard. And there you go. Interesting, useless fact. Okay, we need more questions. You got anything? I got nothing. I don't know what. Well, I was following things up until about noon, so I don't know if anything happened really. I kind of doubt it.
I mean, the roster was out last night. I know I sent it to you, but
Now he did send me the roster, but because of the way they they do that, or the way where he picked it up from, the image was way too big for me to do anything with this morning, so I didn't. So, but I do have the rookie camp players that got invited to camp. So, and this, I have this in my in a video. I don't remember which one. I guess it's the 7 players to watch. Now, for me, very interesting guys to watch that I find have a shot to make a good impression is Fairbrother. I like that Fairbrother's there. Alexis Gravel, who I think he's. I'm not going to give this away. Caden Gooley, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Cam Hillis, Jan Mishak, Matthias Norlinder. Those are guys that I really I expect to that they'll make some sort of an impression on the team. I noticed Jesse Alonen is there. There's no update on Alonen with the vaccine. Have you heard anything? Because I've heard nothing else.
I have no idea.
Yeah, there's no update, but I guess it's a telling sign that he was invited to camp. So it might not be a huge hindrance, or it could mean that he's going to get his vaccine. I'm not sure, but they invited him to camp, so they're obviously not discriminating against it, which is a good sign. So all of you anti-vaxxers out there that want to scream and yell at me for my opinion, well, at least the Habs are not going to make you mad then. There's another player I was reading about today that didn't want to get – I can't remember who it is. What were you going to say?
What I was going to say, speaking of anti-vaxxers, that segues into our new member. Anti-vaxxers can all go fuck themselves. Thank you.
I should have brought this. I went back to the other page. Thank you, buddy. Anti-vaxxers. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I don't see which membership, but I appreciate it. So some anti-vaxxers hype. And I don't know, would anybody ever expect to hear me say that? I don't think so. So, and some new member hype too in the room, please. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. Anti-vaxxers will be entered into the draw to win a hat just like this. That's going to be the next draw, and that's coming up real soon because I'm going to be making that draw. You know, I have a feeling it'll be on opening night. I think I'll make that draw for the hat there. Let's see who else joined the room here. Philip Maurice, Lucas TV. Hey, Lucas. Nicholas. And Drake Varner. And that's everybody that's just joined. Let's see. Harry asks. I think he asks because I didn't really read it before I put it up here. Who do you guys think are the most interesting players to watch in camp? Well, I'm kind of doing a video out on that tomorrow, Harry. I think most people want to see what Caufield is going to be doing, right?
Say Caufield, and I'm going to go kind of with out of the rookie camp, the people that got invited from the rookie camp, but Harvey-Pinard, who you've been very high on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very high on now after kind of watching what he can do. Gooley, obviously, see if he can hang with the big boys.
Yep.
I think he could. I think he should be able to.
Yep.
And Norlinder. I mean, obviously his defense needs work, but it'll be fun to see what he can do. And Torey Dello, I know not very well known, but he's a Notre Dame kid, so I watched him a lot. He's got okay size for D man. I think he's like 6 foot, 6'1", but he's really good at moving the puck. I
heard from, and I don't remember who now, but that he's got a shot to make the team this year, Dello, and I never heard of him before.
Yeah, no, he played, I believe it was either 3 or all 4 years at Notre Dame, was a captain, passed the puck real well, got a good shot on him. He does tend to kind of rush passes, which needs a little work. But other than that, he's a solid guy to have for depth, if you want to throw him on the third pair, and he's got some size. He can hang.
That's the weird thing. I never heard of this kid before. Where did we pick him up from? We drafted him?
I think it was so we got drafted by the Red Wings because I looked into it because when I saw the name when I was looking at the rookie camp roster, I went, oh, he went to and I was like, I don't remember the Habs drafting him, so I looked him up because he went to Notre Dame. That's how I know him, and that's my NCAA team. And it looks like he got drafted by the Red Wings, and he either came over in a trade or I don't know something, and we ended up snagging him. But yeah, I mean,
Could be some signing, or is he a tryout? Possibly a tryout invitee. Is that possible?
No, he's been with Laval.
Oh, he has been with Laval.
We brought him in last year. Yeah.
I don't remember what trade did we make with the Red Wings. Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a trade or maybe it was on waivers or some sort of signing. Like maybe
that. They must have signed after maybe. Maybe Detroit waived him and released him, and they signed him or something like that. I didn't hear about it. That's the thing. I mean, I don't get everything, but I totally never heard of this kid before.
Watch his Notre Dame highlights.
Politics. Hang on a second. Philip Maurice, we're not talking politics here.
Nope.
And I'm not sure, and I'm not going to make a judgment, but you might not like what I have to say about that one, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, I implore you, Rick, and everyone in the chat, go watch his highlights at Notre Dame if you want to learn more about him.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. I didn't realize you weren't. I apologize.
No, it's all good.
Matt, a question for you, Matt. How many points can we expect from Chris Weidman?
Probably not. I don't know. I mean, it.
Okay, so
it depends on if he plays. Because to me, he's a guy coming off, as like a depth guy. I don't think if it was up to me, I wouldn't put him on the third pair.
I think the reason you're getting the question is he had 9 goals, 32 assists in the KHL last year. So I think the gist of the question is, do you think he can approach that here in the NHL?
Probably not. It's a totally different game. And, look, he's going to be playing third line here. So it's not like he's going to get the amount of playing time he was getting over in Russia. So I don't think he'll be putting up numbers close to that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like 5 goals, 10 assists, maybe. I don't know. It's not
if he plays a regular role, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, to me, I wouldn't start him on the third D pair. I'd rather have Kulak up there. Maybe I mean, it sounds like it's going to be Kulak Romanov, but that's just me. But yeah, because I think the two, especially Kulak, I think he's a much better skater than Chris Weidman. So,
are we getting rated by Harry Rice's channel, or what is that exactly? Because I know what the rate is. I know what our rate is, but I mean, Harry Rice channel. Are you guys rating us? Come on in. Or else it's just maybe just Lucas is doing it. All right. It hasn't been that long, Lucas. You were in not too long ago, but it had been a while. I don't think anyone but Ryan Poehling is going to make the team this year. Agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree. I think Poehling has a shot, and I really think if Caden Gooley can impress, I think he's got a shot.
I'm going to disagree on that. I thought maybe, to make the team, I guess Gooley will play a couple of games. How many exactly, I don't know, but right. I don't know that he's ready yet. I see Gooley playing in Laval, but because when you say make the team, to me that means playing a significant number of games. I don't think Gooley does that, so I don't think so. But yeah, I think you may be right that Ryan Poehling kind of realistically is the only one that I think has a chance to make a regular spot, right? I think other guys will find their way to some games, but I think Poehling is the only one that's got a shot. It doesn't mean that that's written in stone, though. There's surprises all the time, and there could be a surprise in camp, and they've got no choice. Kind of what they said when KK, they had no choice. The kid made the decision. That could happen with somebody other than Poehling, but I don't know. Realistically, it doesn't look like it to me.
Right. Yeah, and I can agree with that. Like I said, though, like with Gooley, even if he doesn't make the team right out of camp, I can see him, having a cup of coffee with the, in the show, play a few games.
No, I think he will. Yeah,
because I think if he's not ready yet, I think he's definitely getting close.
He's close. He's getting close. I think another year, maybe more, but I think by next year we'll have a better idea. Drake answered the question about Jesse Alonen. He ended up getting the vaccine. Good decision, in my opinion. Andrew, hey Rick, is it possible all the players who won't vaccinate can create their own team? Well, no, because then they still wouldn't be able to play another team, so it wouldn't make a difference. The NHL set down their rules. The NHL is a private organization. They reserve the right to do that. It's not a mandate by the government, so it's a private thing, private company doing this. So they wouldn't allow it. I mean, they'd have to maybe create their own league, I guess. So no. Let's see. He said today he will get the jab so he can play American games. Okay, so he's going to get it. And that's why he was invited to camp. That makes sense.
And I think, Harvey Pinard could also maybe be a dark horse candidate, depending on what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I think Harvey Pinard's close. I don't know. I think we'll find out how close in camp.
Right.
Do I think he'll earn a regular job here? Not with the wingers that are here right now. I think a slight possibility of a fourth line, but I think for Harvey Pinard, I see like there's injuries and they got to call somebody up. Bottom six kind of guy. I think he gets a call up, and from there, you never know. He could stick. He might not, but I think he's really close. I don't think he breaks camp with them though. Okay, I clicked on that. Anti-vaxxer says I'm in a good mood. Just bought tickets to November 26th in Buffalo. Caufield should have a chance to score a hat trick that night. That would be awesome to see him score a hat trick. So Montreal's in Buffalo on November 26th. I mean, good luck. You give us a report from there.
Yeah, I gotta look at prices for the two games there in Boston. So I can get those.
Matt's going to try to do that. And anybody who goes to a game wherever you are and you want to call in live, we can arrange something. You can give a little report on the in the intermission. So that's definitely because who did it last year? Someone did it last year.
Yeah, I forget what. Yeah, that was during the Cup final, right?
It was. Yeah, it was. I forget which game. I don't think it was in Toronto, but Vegas. He was in Vegas.
No. He was in Tampa.
Oh, it was Tampa? Was he in Tampa?
He was at the game. I was in Vegas while they were in Vegas, but I didn't get a chance to go to a game. Considering
my memory, sometimes it plays tricks with me. I'm gonna believe you. But yeah, someone did that last year, or last season, so that'd be great if anybody wants to do that. Boy, I scrolled and scrolled right on down. Roger Drouin, he's saying Drouin for a guy that's going to stand out in camp. Drouin's going to have to, and I'm curious what everybody thought about the interview. I didn't see it, but I mean, I know what the gist of it was. And Franco, hello everyone. Renaud Lavoie from TVR, and that rhymes, on JIC, which is, I'm not sure what that is. Says he heard Galchenyuk not at camp right away, but didn't know why.
He's on a PTO in Arizona, as far as I know.
Galchenyuk's on a PTO in Arizona. He probably hasn't arrived there yet. That's all, I would think. No? But, whose camp are you talking about, Franco? I'm just curious because Franco's usually up on everything. I would be surprised Franco doesn't know that he signed a PTO there. Petty, hey, buddy. What's good? Today, not that much, but we're making the best of it. Luca, if he's on power play 2, then 15 assists minimum.
I can't see Chris Weidman playing on the power play.
Why would Weidman be on the power play, though?
Yeah, I can't see him playing on the power play.
I don't think so. The only two defensemen I really see that's confirmed, kind of nothing's confirmed, but Petrie's going to be on the first power play unit, and I think Romanov's going to be on the second one.
Yep.
Other than that, exactly I don't know if we're going to see any other defensemen on the power play, right? I don't know. I think in camp they'll decide that, but going in, I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. Just saw the raid thing now. It was from my Discord. Oh, that was okay, but that's only one person. But hey, I appreciate the effort. Anytime, send them over to raid, no problem. Tony, who's looking best at camp outside Gooley and Norlander? Any forwards looking decent? Well, the camp today is just weigh-ins and physicals. So a little early. If you're talking about the rookie camp, I only saw the one game. I put it in a video, who stood out for me. And but if you're talking about the main camp, too early to tell. Nobody. I know they've been skating, the guys that are in Montreal, but it's not the official camp or anything. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to say it forward, I'm at a rookie camp, I'd say maybe Harvey Pinard.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Harvey Pinard. William Trudeau looked pretty good. Forwards. Who else did I have? I don't have it in front of me. But yeah, I mean, there are guys that look pretty good, but I'm not sure if he's talking rookie camp or not. So it kind of could make a difference. Jacob, I see Paling making it, maybe Alonin as a top choice scratch. I'm not disagreeing that I think Alonin can make it. I don't know that they're gonna bring two rookies. They got so many wingers. I don't know that two rookies are gonna make it out of camp. So what do you think? You would agree with that, Matt?
Yeah.
Very simple answer.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any. I don't think there's anybody else that's gonna. And I think Alonin is a guy that will, like I said with Harvey Pinard, could see him being more of a call up during the season based on an injury or something like that, and they call up, and depending on what position they need to fill, depending on depends who's going to get called up, right? So right. I don't see him breaking camp though with Montreal. Alonin. Jay Fed, hey buddy, Gooley will play and see the juniors and play in Laval. May get 9 games with the Habs. Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd give him more because that would that does something. It's out of my head. But yeah, I think he will captain the junior team at the championships, the World Juniors. And I really think Gooley's going to see most of his action this season in Laval. I really do. Will he get time in Montreal? Yeah, I mean, I think a few games, but I don't think more than that. Matt doesn't want to add anything. Nope.
I mean, like I said, probably. In terms of World Juniors, my team's the United States, so I'm not really going to have much input on Team Canada. But yeah, I can see Gooley captaining the team.
Oh, that's true. I wasn't thinking of that, Matt. I sometimes forget you're an American. Paling is my choice right now. If back in AHL, will only be for a coffee break. Well, but remember, they signed him to a 2-way deal for this upcoming season. So even Montreal's not 100% sure. I think that tells you that right there. So he could go back to, I've said this a few times, actually. He had a really good season last year, Paling. He had, I believe, 25 points in 28 games. Great. I would really like to see him do that again for like half a season. Just solidify that he's back, he's on track and everything, and then I think he'll come up. Now, if he wows everybody in camp, that's a different story, and he'll earn his job that way. So I kind of see it working that way. He's going to have a really great camp and earn a job, or he's going to, look good, but maybe not earn a job and go down, prove last year for about half a season, and then come up. I kind of see it working that way. We'll see. There are only 10 in. Wait a second. There are only about 10 in the whole NHL not vaccinated. Yeah, I know. There's not a lot.
I think the NHL is like the most vaccinated league, I think, right now.
Well, because the NHL came out already, over a month ago with their, this is how it is. If you are not vaccinated, you can't be anywhere near these people. And that includes the players and the management. So if you're a player that's not vaccinated, you can't hang out with your with your teammates, so you can't play. So, yeah. So that would mean, why would there be a lot of players that wouldn't get vaccinated? Only the ones that are really just not going to get vaccinated. The ones that are on the Theo Fleury bandwagon, maybe. Alex's YouTube says L for loser or loss or I don't know what. Dreamwalker, go Habs, go. H2O water. Habs haven't had this great. I'm going to say it again because I'm going to fix it. Habs haven't had this great a set of wingers for over 20 years. Do you see us making the Cup final again? You know, that's really hard to predict at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's
pump the
hard
brakes
enough,
a little bit.
It's hard enough to predict that they'll make the playoffs right now. So, but I think you're right. I mean, this is a really good set of wingers, top 9, and even beyond that, top 10, because Armia is probably going to be a 4th-line winger, and he's pretty damn good. And you got Lehkonen. It's a good set of wingers on this team. So, yeah. But it doesn't mean they're going to make the finals. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just the wingers.
Right.
So, oops, jumped. Hang on, I got to find where I jumped from. Boy, okay, I'm just going to start here. Who's ready for hockey to start? Jackson, I think we all are.
100%.
Weidman is a power play specialist. Didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
I mean, if that's the case, then.
I mean, listen, that's what the preseason's for. You know what I mean?
You understand why they would have reached out and signed him then, right?
Yeah.
It's obvious this season they're making sure that their power play is going to be well stocked.
Right, and that's what the preseason's for. You know what I mean? Like, if they want to see how he is, they can throw him out there on one of the units, see how he does.
Yeah, and maybe that's right. Maybe he'll earn a job based on the fact that that's a possibility. Hey, NHL Hockey News, how's it going? Drouin's all over social media with the interview. Don't worry, he'll be back in a minute. with the team, with positive words on how he feels. Hopefully he shows it in his game. Got to give him the benefit of the doubt and see. Yeah, actually, I talk about Drouin in my next video. Everyone knows for the last couple of seasons, I've been not my favorite player. But as a person who suffers from anxiety, from insomnia, yeah, I mean, I understand where the guy's coming from. It answers a lot of questions. And, I'm rooting for the guy. I got to say, I'm rooting for the guy. I think there's a good possibility that Drouin will finally, potentially, I hate to say that again, but I think he'll finally give us that season that we've been hoping from him. If there's going to be a time for him to do it, it's this season. He's got a lot to prove. He looks like he's ready for it. And you know what? Yeah, I'm rooting for him. So you can get on me if you don't like Drouin, but I'm rooting for the guy. I hope he does well. And also, a good time to announce a little bit in advance. Last year, if anybody knows what Movember is, so this channel's taking part again in the Movember. I don't know if that's celebrations, but so it's fundraising for men's mental health issues. So I'm backing that. I'd be a hell of a hypocrite if I said that, F Drouin and all that. No, I'm really backing Drouin, and I really hope he succeeds big time. So speaking of Movember again, so we're going to be, I don't know if Matt knows what it is. You know what Movember is? So, we don't have to shave the whole beard. It's the mustache that's important. So I'll probably do the whole thing, but if you only want to do your mustache, it might look weird for a few days, but it's for a good cause. Hey, listen, last year, this channel raised $10. That's all I got. But it's funny? When they invited me back, it was like this whole big, we can't do without that $10 that you raised for us. You're such an amazing guy. And I'm reading that, I'm going, it's $10. You're making me feel even smaller for the fact that that's all I raised. And yeah, I just thought that's funny. So they liked it. All right, moving on. Ooh, a nice rafters background. God, what's a rafters background? I'm missing something.
Talking about behind the Raptors of the Bell Center that's behind us, behind our little squares.
What from the Bell Center?
I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but it's our two squares, and then behind us, the background, the Raptors of the Bell Center.
Behind me. I'm looking behind me going, what the hell is he seeing? Yeah, I don't use that picture often. Yeah, it's not clear. It doesn't come out clear here, so I haven't used it a lot, but I thought today would be a good day for it. Totally over my head. Good meds I got. Do you think Norlinder or Gooley make the lineup this season? I don't think we addressed that. I think not. Norlinder you won't see. Norlinder cannot. He has to stick here for the season if he's going to stay here. Can't go to Laval. Can't just be called up for a cup of coffee because he's going to be back in Sweden. So I don't think we're going to see Norlinder. I don't think he'll break camp with them because I don't think he's ready defensively, and I don't think he'll be a call-up. Gooley will see at some point. I think we talked about it now a couple times. I think we both feel Gooley. I think Matt's more optimistic that he could actually make possibly. Like, I don't think he will this year, but we're both sure that he'll get at least a cup of coffee, anywhere up to maybe 9 games with them this year. Okay, I am going to wait. Luca is saying, and this is possible, they just had their weigh-in today and their measurements and all that. He's saying Caufield weighed in at a 5'9". Caufield at 5'9". Change anybody's opinion about whether he's too small? What do you think? I know you didn't think that, but change your opinion on what the kid might actually do?
I mean, not really. I think his skill set speaks for itself. I mean, no matter really what. I mean, being a little taller, a little bigger. That obviously is going to help. But
hey, look what Galley's doing. If you take Galley with an elite goal scorer, like shot whatever, imagine that's you know what, at 5'9", I think his potential to hit 40 plus goals is definitely improved. So there you go. People were telling me I'm nuts last season when I said he was 5'8", but they didn't change the listing. And then I did a video a couple weeks ago. I said that weigh-ins are going to come. We're going to hopefully see an update. And there you go. He grew 2 inches since his draft day.
It's only possible because he's what, 20?
Yeah, he's only 20, so he can still grow. Not a lot of people grow like at that age, but considering his height, the fact that he grew 2 more inches at that age doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
Well, I wonder if he put on I wonder how much muscle he put on too in the off season. That'll help.
Well, Luca brought the information. Luca, you got his weight? I'd be curious.
Because he was like $160 or something last.
Started 160, but he was 5'8", 170. To his, I saw it in an interview with him. That's what he said. So maybe he's 5'9", 180, 175. That'd be awesome. Everybody who says he's way too small, all that, you got to have a second thought at that with an extra inch or 2 and an extra 10 pounds maybe. That makes a big difference for him. Anti-vaxxers, they had some interviews on their Twitch channel, about 3 hours of interviews as they were getting their pictures done. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that, but I was out all day, so it wouldn't help. But that's cool. Yeah, Christian, I agree with that. Hardly to go back to the Ryan Poehling or is any other rookies going to make it? Yeah, there's barely a spot even for Poehling, really. But yeah, I don't think anybody else. So we're in agreement. Fairbrother looks good, but won't make it this year. No, I don't think Fairbrother makes it. I just want to see what kind of impression. This kid, if I remember, wasn't he like this, like pretty tough and he big hits and stuff like that, other than Harrison Struble. But I thought Fairbrother was kind of a mean streak in him. I want to see how that translates. So, but I don't think he'll make the Habs this year. No. Yeah, I've seen people say this. Agree with you. So, yeah, I think that's a little harsh, but I don't think he makes the NHL this year. But next year is a different story. The year after, I said in the video today, I have him in a video today. I said 1 to 2 years in my next season, the season after is what I expect him to hit. Who is Caufield up against for Rookie of the Year award? I don't know. I forget what it's called.
Spencer Knight, and there was a couple other names.
Yeah, Spencer Knight is a goalie, which is unusual. Not a lot of goalies get it, but so Spencer Knight from Florida, and it's called.
Yeah, I'll look that up right now because there was like two other names, and that was
and there's going to be guys that emerge as well.
Right.
Did you see what last year's Calder winner signed for? Kaprizov?
That's crazy.
5 years, $9 million.
AAV. $9 million AAV, not 9 over 5.
Yeah, $5 million. Yeah, the AAV is 9. 5 years, $45 million. When I heard that, I said, and I don't mean any harm to this kid, but my first thought was, I kind of hope he busts. Teach Minnesota a damn lesson. Right? Imagine second year, you just signed with $9 million, and you just find out, wow, he was a 1-year wonder, wasn't he? Oops.
Caufield, Zegras, Spencer Knight, and Cedar Moritz.
Yeah, I guess
are kind of the top 4 guys.
Yeah, that Zegras got to be in there. Zegras.
But those 4 are kind of the, kind of the consensus. Like those are kind of like the big 4 that are up there.
You're the one who told me about Zegras, what he said about Caufield. It has to be you, because who else could tell me anymore? He said Zegras, quote, saying that he thinks Caufield can get 40-plus goals this season.
That is true. That is what Zegras said. I did tell you that.
So that's an interesting quote, and we'll see what happens with that. Harry Rice, honestly, I could see Caufield taking a very team-friendly contract since it seems he really likes it here. Well, I don't think the team's going to be offering him $9 million unless he scores 50 goals this season. But Caufield, we got another year before we have to worry about him. So
yeah, this year it's
Suzuki in this offseason, Caufield in the following offseason. So you never know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he'll have to take it team-friendly. Maybe he will be able to command $9 million by the time he's ready to sign his first deal with Caufield. You know what? In a way, I hope so.
Man, if he puts up the numbers all day, every day.
I hope he's about to start his third 50-goal season. Why not? Why not? The last player I remember starting out his career with 50-goal season, and there might have been other people since then, but the last one I remember was Mike Bossy. Do you know of anybody? Anybody out there? Is there anybody since Bossy first season was 50 goals? Oh, Solani. Excuse me, I forgot. So we were talking about this the other day. Those are the only 2 I know of. Anybody else got one? I just spilled water all the fuck over myself. No such thing as a team-friendly contract anymore. Seems like it, right? Oh, there's a guy that you didn't have in there. Moritz Cedar. He's got.
Yeah, I said Cedar.
Oh, you did? Yeah, he's got a chance. He looks like a sure thing. Is it Cedar or Cider? I don't know.
But Quentin Byfield, I thought his rookie year was last year, no?
Byfield, I don't think. Did he play enough games? I think he
I don't
only
know.
played 6 games. I think he only played 6 games, Byfield, last year. So I don't think he played enough games for it to be a rookie season.
How many would he have had to have played?
I think that's when that 10-game thing comes in. Once you play more than 10 games in a season, you're no longer a rookie.
Yeah, no, you're right. He played 6 last year. So, yeah. You can throw – Byfield. So, that'll round out the top.
Yeah, Byfield.
Those 5 names are kind of the 5 names that are being debated.
Yep. Oh, I didn't do that. What is Pedersen and Hughesworth in Van and Brady in Ottawa? That talk about the Brady Tkachuk 8x8 contract, that's apparently – Tkachuk and the Senators are not anywhere close to an agreement. They're miles apart on the money. Pedersen and Hughes, I don't know. Pedersen's got to be worth 8, 8.5, 9. If Kaprizov just signed that, Pedersen's got to be worth close to that, if not that. Hughes, same thing, right? And they're talking Brady Tkachuk at around 8, so. Seems like 8's now the new floor, which is insane, but it seems it, right? Wouldn't you say?
Oh, 100%.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, look at what guys are getting now.
Yeah,
for God's sakes, Kaprizov played 1 year in the league, and apparently he's worth $9 million a year. I get it. He had a phenomenal year. He was fantastic, but after 1 year, $9 million.
He could be worth the money. It may pan out completely, but I think that's a hell of a
after 1 year.
That's a hell of a roll of the dice, if you ask me.
Yeah,
that's a roll of the dice because you can't. I don't know. 1 year to pay someone that much money, something wrong, man. Hey there, Ellen. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Where am I? I don't know. It jumped. I'm going to. It jumped to the bottom. I'm going to do the ones at the bottom, and then I'll go back up and see. Sorry, just there's a lot of comments, and we're kind of running behind on it. Even Suzuki, he seems like our Bergeron. I think he'd be fine taking a team-friendly deal to win a Stanley Cup. I'll tell you. Not only that, Harry. I think kind of. You're going to stay in Montreal, you have to somewhat take a team-friendly deal, right? Kind of like in Boston, right? They tell them, you want to win or you want to go make money. So it's kind of a little like that, so I kind of think so. Except for the fact that it's Montreal, it's Canadian City, you got to overpay a little bit to get them because of the taxes and all that, so there's that too. So, but yeah, I think Suzuki seems like a guy will take a little less at the beginning. Listen, if you're going to give him less, then you got to give him also less. Is it less term or more less term? Right? A little less, and they're going to take. They want less term because they want to be able to cash in. So, he might not want to sign for 8 years at a little less, but he'll might sign for 6. Take him to free agency. Right?
Yeah.
That's how it works usually. Harry has a bit of a hot take. He can see Quinton Byfield completely busting. He seems like a guy who people only love because of his size. I don't know if he can last 3 years. It's not. I don't know that that's a hot take because there were a lot of people that said that when it got really close to the draft. I started seeing that kind of stuff. So I don't know that it's a total hot take, but it's a bit of one. It wouldn't surprise me either way. It really wouldn't. So we'll have to see. 10-game thing is an ELC thing, Coach. Okay, so what besides the length? What's the length of time for the rookie thing? I'm not sure either. To be considered, here we go. Made by answer. To be considered a rookie, a player must not have played in more than 25 NHL games in any preceding season, nor in 6 or more NHL games in each of any 2 preceding seasons. Oh, that doesn't clear it up for me. Does it clear it up for you? I don't know. For some reason, and it may be my new meds. I don't know. but that makes it more muddy for me. A player must not have played in more than 25 NHL games in any. Oh, I see. One is in any season before, but it can't be 6 games in any 2 preceding seasons. I worked it out. I get it.
So then if it's 6, is Byfield a...
Byfield is a rookie. Caufield is a rookie. Played 10 games. Yeah, he burned his ELC, but he's still a rookie. And now I wasn't sure how many games. And yeah, I was confusing it with the ELC thing. Yes. So that's cleared up now. Moonlight Cyborg. Not sure you guys heard this, but pictures have been seen of Suzuki and Toffoli wearing the he cleared up the A on their jersey. Where though? Where? Because there's no official on ice yet. Today camp opened with weigh-ins and
well, they did the pictures
and physicals.
They did pictures in full uniform, but no skates.
And they do the team pictures today as well. That's the only thing. But Suzuki and Toffoli wearing an A, I doubt it.
I can see Suzuki maybe getting an A.
Well, okay, but hear me out now. There's not going to be a captain, so we know that.
Right.
Which to me says three A's, right? Jeff Petrie's got one. Brendan Gallagher's got another.
Byron's got one.
And Byron's got one. So who's coming off of that list for Suzuki and Toffoli to get him? I don't think anybody comes off of that.
Well, Byron's hurt, so maybe
Byron's hurt, so you're right. So somebody does. That's one. Probably just temporary though.
Well, you could you run 4 alternates then if you don't have because if you don't have a captain,
I don't know.
If you can run 4, then Byron's A can go to Toffoli or Suzuki, and then you slap the 4th A on.
That would be the solution then. I don't know. I thought it's 3. I thought teams had 3. I don't know if there's
It's usually 3 and a captain, or I think 4 alternates.
No. So you might be right on that there's 4, because usually a captain and the team can have 3 alternates with the captain. That's 4 letters. If you're not having a captain, I could see 4 alternates. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, maybe that's you heard it here first kind of thing, right? I'm kind of, it's weirdly enough, I don't see Toffoli as getting an A. That's probably why it throws me off. I hadn't considered it in my thinking up to now. Suzuki wouldn't surprise me at all, but Suzuki gets an A. Not a C. I don't see him as a captain right now anyway, but I think he'll get an A. Toffoli, for some reason, I don't see it, but I could be wrong, obviously. And
so then
when I say that, I usually am.
If Toffoli doesn't get the 4th A, then who would you give it to? It's a good question, right?
It is a good question. Ben Sherratt, I think, is going to end up with it. How's that for a quick? I just thought of it off the top of my head, but because I saw people talking about, and there's that rumor that Sherratt's was going to be named captain. Well, I could see them naming him as an assistant or an alternate. I could see that.
I honestly, if they were going to name a D-man captain, right? Why not go Petrie and then move his A to Sherratt?
Well, because Bearsman he was asked if they're going to name a captain. He said no, and he was
no. I'm just saying though, if he didn't say that, right, and say they were going to name a captain,
that's what I think would have happened.
Would you go C to Petrie and then take his A and give it a Sherratt?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being having two letters on the back and 2 letters on the.
That's what I would do. I mean, I think, but right now, I think Petrie would probably be the guy.
Yeah, but
he's a captain if they were to name one, but obviously they're not naming one. So
yeah, they're not. But next season is a different story. So depending on what's going to happen with Weber, don't know. It's up in the air. Something interesting on that front, not Weber, but Byron. I saw somewhere where, Byron apparently is listed on.
Byron and Weber are on the training camp rosters.
No, that I know, but Byron and Weber are both listed on the LTIR, either cap friendly or somewhere else.
On cap friendly, they are.
Yeah. So Byron is listed on the LTIR. I don't know if that means he's getting the relief till he comes back. I don't know. I don't know if that means that we're getting the cap relief money. I don't know. He is on the LTIR and that it's a long-term injury reserve, but does he get the cap relief for it? I don't know. Because he's coming back. And then again, what if he doesn't come back? What if it's a nagging thing and he's out for that could happen too.
Mm-hmm.
So we might get cap relief for it, and then they have to deal with it when he comes back. So
yeah,
that's interesting if that happens, because I haven't heard that really talked about up until this point, really. Kaprizov's contract reminds me of Draisaitl's and how Edmonton paid him after 1 year of first-line production. Only difference is Draisaitl has proven that contract was really damn good. True. And listen, doesn't mean Kaprizov can't either. But I don't know. That's a lot of money for I don't know. Listen, for Washington, for Minnesota's sake, I hope he's not a bust. But man, that was my first thought, is that, man, I hope this kid's a bust and see what Minnesota does then.
Oh my God, if he's a bust, Bill Guerin's gonna lose his job.
Well, yeah, without a doubt, right?
Oh yeah. Who's he gonna play with him in Minnesota's top line? I don't know. Like who's their top line with him?
So I don't know their team well enough to know that, to be honest with you. Covered that, no problem. Okay, so Moonlight Cyborg, during a video, they were spotted in the background taking pictures with the jersey on with the A's. It could be a prank too, or it could be just the mystery thing, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's fine with me if that's who the A's are. Keep in mind, boyos, Byron is out for pretty much the full season. No, 2.5 to 3 months. Petrie, Galley, and Suzuki Foley split perhaps. Byron was out for 5 months, I think, but that was 2 months before the season started. That's 2 of the 5 months.
Yeah, Byron's slated to come back right, I think, just after
somewhere mid-December. Around mid-December.
Right, I think right before or right after Christmas.
Yeah, he's somewhere around there. So, yeah, he's not full season. No. To say that, though, could it end up being like that? Of course it could. Nagging things happen. He doesn't fully recover. Like that could
Right.
happen.
I mean, especially with his hip. You know what I mean?
But it's not expected to be that way.
Right.
DeFoley was wearing the A. They deleted it quick. It's online. You can find it. So if they deleted it quick, then it's not. I would say it's not serious. Probably.
I mean, either that or they went, "Oh shit, we can't put this online yet."
Or that could be they didn't want to.
Their social media person must have went, "Uh-oh,
not yet. How did that get there?" TVA had mentioned that there were 4 as today.
Yeah.
Well, we figured that out. There's going to be 4.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's typically what happens, at least, like I said, from what I know. If it's either a captain and 3 alternates or 4 alternates.
Yeah.
And in this case, without a captain, it should be 4 alternates.
Yes, everyone's saying the picture was out there, but it was pulled. So it's either they got out by accident, or it's not real. It's one of the two. TVI Insider said Weber heading back to BC on Thursday. I was saying this to somebody, that I saw a video where they were talking of, I think it was Habs Inside Out. They were talking about it as Weber was going to spend the whole summer or whole winter at home. And I thought that Bergevin said he's going to be spending most of the time with the team. So I'm not sure which it is. I think he's going to be doing both. I think he's going to spend some time at home and some time around the team as well during the season. So I don't know if it means anything as far as will he come back in the playoffs like everyone thinks is going to happen. I don't know. And is he officially retired? I don't know. I don't think
he was supposed to have surgery, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to announce an official retirement, personally, anyway, because Nashville's going to want to have a say on that. And
Nashville would be kind of porked if he retires.
I think he wants to leave the door open, just in case, you know.
But wasn't he supposed to have some sort of surgery as well to correct whatever the hell was going on
his wrist?
His wrist, so. And then wasn't there something with his knees or something?
On his what?
I don't know. I know he was supposed to have a surgery or something.
Yeah, I think on his wrist or his ankle or both.
I think it was his wrist and his ankle, yeah. So hopefully that's already done and taken care of. And I mean, we'll see how he feels.
I'm pretty sure that's done, or he's heading back to have that done now. I mean, that could be.
Yeah.
I would think he's going to want to be around the team around opening of the season. In 5 years from now, who do you see wearing the C and 3As? Whew. That's a loaded question. It's hard enough to almost figure out who's still going to be here and who will be the new players. I don't know if I can figure that one out. 5 years. If you said 2 years, 3 years, I guess why he's saying 5 years, though, I can see that is Petry's contract. That'll be like, that should be the first year after his contract. His new, that kicks in now. Maybe that's why he's asking that. And like I said, I don't know. That's a little far down the road. I don't know.
I mean,
of the younger guys like Caden Gooley, possibility. Raphael Harvey-Pinard could be a possibility.
Suzuki.
You know, I don't see Nick Suzuki being the captain.
Bro, but I mean, I think I could see him having NDAs. Yeah.
Okay, no. Oh, you said NDAs? That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't think of that. Josh Anderson should still be here. He could have an A. Man, that was my best guess. Romanov. I saw Romanov down on the bottom. Excuse me. Romanov could be. Jason says knee and ankle. Weber. That's what he had operated on.
Okay.
Yeah. Norlander, I guess, a possibility as well. I don't go Habs go. I don't agree about Suzuki being captain, but of course I could be wrong. I don't see him. And Luca, I don't see Galley being guaranteed as the captain. Not in 5 years.
No, and
I don't think Galley's going to be guaranteed to be on the team in 5 years.
Right. I mean, I don't even think Galley would even be the captain right now if they went ahead and named a captain. Yeah. But we've discussed this. And it's more so his attitude with the referees. You know what I mean?
Well, it's that contentious relationship with refs. I don't know that that's a good thing for your captain to be.
Right.
That's my personal opinion. So I don't know. So I'm going to say no. Although I've said it for many years. I thought Galley would be the next. I'm a Galley captain guy. But then who was it? I think it was actually someone I don't want to mention. They mentioned it to me. And I thought, yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and look, one of the things too about Weber as captain is like when he goes over to talk to the referee doesn't have to. The referee can't look at him like this. It's go like this. So I'd rather have the captain have like that towering presence. You know what I mean?
That's true too. Yeah, the refs he's not their favorite player, so might not be a good idea. Mr. Expo, excuse me. Joey Chicago here. Love the Habs. Love talking Habs. Drouin, big bounce back. He's getting sleep. Your thoughts? Yeah, well, we mentioned it earlier. And, I mean, I'm all behind this kid. After hearing everything.
100%.
I can relate to a lot of it. And I'm all behind him. I'm rooting for him. I've gone from being a skeptic and frustrated by him. I'm just going to – that's out the window. I'm rooting for this kid. Because quite frankly, no matter what we all thought about him up until this point, but quite frankly, this kid could make a big difference to this team if he can get his head is focus on the game like it looks like he's going to have, he can make a really big difference in the chances of Montreal making the playoffs and then going deep. Like really, so you if you really love your team, you gotta give this kid like all the backing that you can because they could be a really good year for Drouin. It really could be.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's on the second line with Devo and Gallagher, or whatever combo that like.
I think him and Devo could make a really good pair.
Yeah, no, the pieces are there. If he's back in 100% and he's taking care of what he needs to take care of, and he's sleeping and he's got energy, absolutely. I mean, the sky's the limit.
It's a coach that knows him well. It's a coach he has a lot of confidence in. I don't have it here, but there's a couple things he said in his interview because I read some of the transcripts from it, and that I really liked a couple of things he said. One of the things that they asked him about where he wants to play or where he thinks he's going to play. A lot of guys coming back, from a situation sort of like Drouin's, probably going to, I want to play here, give a specific thing, I'll do this and that. He said something I really like. I played left wing, I played right wing, and I played at center. I'm comfortable at either position. Dominic is the coach. He's going to tell me where I play. I like that. I said, that's mature. That's a mature statement. It's not even a question in his mind about where he's playing. He's going to play where the coach tells him. It's a bit different. You don't hear that often enough. So I like that. And the author of the article, who wrote the article after the interview, writes that I guess the interviewer, Chantal Maccabee, asked him about his goals for the season. And he said, he has goals, but he doesn't want to talk about them. And I thought, this is good. That's a sign of maturity. He's not trying to impress anybody with, I got goals and I want to do this and that. He's not. They're internal goals. He's going to keep them to himself. That's a sign of maturity. If there's something we wanted to see from Drouin, it's a little bit more maturity in his game and his outlook and that kind of stuff. And we saw it when Ducharme was first hired. I liked his press conferences and stuff like that. It didn't last long because his anxiety, his insomnia got to him. So I think this is a good sign from Drouin. What do you guys think of that? Was I just babbling? I don't know.
No, look, I agree. 100%. I really do. I think he's back in a positive mindset, and like you said, I think those answers reflect more maturity than he's had in the past, and I'm really, really, really excited to see what he can do with Dvorak on that second line.
I think so too. And we're assuming they're going to play him there. I don't see why not or why they wouldn't. I don't see a better line for him personally, but that's us. So I'm hoping he gets that spot. I know this. Ducharme's going to play him. He's going to put him in a position to succeed.
Right.
I'm confident in that. Ducharme knows the player, likes the player. He's going to put him in a position to succeed. So I think that's all that's we need to know. No, Luca, who we're talking about Weber, Galley and Weber. Those two guys, and Price. Bergie will tear up for all three of those guys. Anybody else, I don't know yet, but those three guys he will tear up for. RHP for a 7th round pick is really good. Hope we get to see him suit up for the Habs for a few games. Yeah, I think he will, Renegade Man. I think this year he's going to get a taste. When there's a call-up needed for an injury, I think that's where we'll see him. And, I agree with you 100%. 7th round pick, he's going to end up being a steal because of that he was a 7th round pick. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar. He's going to be a steal because of where they picked him. Ducharme said in a French interview he hopes to see Suzuki become a leader in the dressing room. Yeah. Doesn't mean he's going to be captain, though. But, yeah, I mean, you would want that in a guy like Suzuki for sure. And listen, I could be wrong. I don't see him as that. Doesn't mean that I'm right. I love Suzuki. A captain needs to earn respect all over the league, peers and officials. Galley, I love, but see, don't think so. That's a good point. Galley's not everybody's favorite player around the league, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be captain, unfortunately. I love Galley.
Right, and that statement too about respect. I mean, that's basically describing Shea Weber. I think that's another reason why Shea Weber was such a good captain.
Exactly. You want your captain to have that type of respect around the league. You want that. He's the guy that's representing. He's the guy that's going to talk to the refs. He's the guy that's going to be front and center to the public. I mean, you know, you want that respect. You want that guy to command that kind of respect. And that's the reason why that trade happened, Subban Weber. They got Weber for his leadership. That was it. Everything else, from what I gather, everything else was a bonus. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, he's a plug, but he's a great leader. No, he's a good hockey player, but they got him because he was that leader they were looking for, and that's why he's here. So you kind of figure if they really thought Gallagher was that guy, and that was the reason they're trading for Weber, then why trade for Weber? You already had that guy.
Right.
Kind of maybe, you know, speaks to where Galley probably won't get named captain. Joe already building chemistry with Caufield. Yeah. That I saw those things. Listen, they're teammates. They should all be friends like that. I don't know if it's because they're going to be on the first. He's going to be on the first line, but hey, it could be that that's how they go. So if he starts lighting it up, I think he ends up playing with guys that anticipate and think the game at his pace. Where are 14 and 22? Which are 14 and 22? Yeah, I think okay. I don't disagree generally with what you just said, but I think you're underselling Dvorak a bit there, and I don't know that that's fair to Dvorak. I think Dvorak can be the same right guy that can anticipate where to be in the right place for the Drouin pass. Yeah, so, but I'm not saying that he didn't have chemistry with Suzuki. I don't know on ice with Caufield because they didn't play, but we'll see, right? We'll see where he ends up.
Right. No, and look, I mean, you want to talk about anticipation and hockey IQ. I mean, I do think he hits the nail on the head with Suzuki and Caufield. I mean, especially Caufield, and we saw it in the playoffs.
Suzuki.
I mean, he was thinking 2-3, steps ahead of what he wanted to do.
Suzuki, there's no doubt. Suzuki anticipates. He's got such anticipation skills. It's crazy. But I agree with you, Caufield too. I think Caufield. It's that they process the game so fast and know where to be. I don't know how the hell they do it, but yeah, I agree. For a change, it sure is nice to have two lines that are 1A, 1B after so many years lacking having a first line. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think they're still going to get the knock that we still don't have that first line, superstar first line yet. You might say it's 2A and 2B. But yeah, we have that first two lines that are both going to be good. They're both going to deliver some offense that's well needed here, been lacking. And I like the look of this top six potential for this season. What's my opinion, or our opinion, on Guillaume Latendresse when he was on the team? Latendresse was rushed. That's all. I mean, he had potential, he had talent, but they rushed him. And in the end, that ruined him. I think he could have been a much better NHL player than he ended up being, but I think it's no doubt looking back that he was totally rushed. You don't, I doubt you kind of know who Latendresse is even, right?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, I doubt you do. Refs don't respect Galley as a leader. His teammates do. Oh, well, that's without a doubt. But the refs don't really. And he's going to have to deal with refs as a captain. So I think it makes it it has to enter into the decision on who they name. There was a guy in my Discord who told me that Dvorak is a fringe third-line center, and I had to go to bed with how dumb that take from him was. I've seen that take out there. Well, you know what? They're going strictly by his numbers that he's produced so far. That's it. They're just looking at numbers, and that's it, and not researching into the guy at all. And that's what you're seeing an opinion like that. I think if you research the guy and you read about him and you learn something about him, you know that he's a better player than his numbers have shown, and he's played on a shitty team. Oh boy, someone's itching for a fight. You see this one, Simon Hardy? I ain't touching that.
Yeah,
because obviously he knows my answer. Doesn't need to hear it from me because he knows my answer.
Right.
Coach, I think you're overhyping Dvorak a bit. Why have your top playmaker away from your top sniper and top IQ guy, assist guy, I guess, if 92 proves he's back? Why? Because I think your top line, Suzuki, Caufield, I think Matt agrees with me here. I think the chemistry between them and Toffoli is already there. And I think that's going to be considerable. And I think if you put Drouin with Dvorak, you lift that line that much more. And now you've got two formidable offensive lines without having an elite level center that we are talking about so much. So I think, I think that's my reasoning. Matt's falling asleep. Matt needs an energy drink.
No, I agree. I think you start with Toffoli, Suzuki, Caufield, see how the chemistry is. And if if it doesn't pan out, and Joanne looks like he's back, swap Joanne and Toffoli, see what happens.
I think you're going to see both combinations in camp.
Right.
I think you're going to see him try it. He's going to find out which works best, and I think he's going to make his decision based on that. Can I see Drouin, Caufield, Suzuki, Caufield? Sure, I can. I can see them doing that, 100%. So, yeah, we'll see which one looks best together, and I think that's what they'll go with. And I also think with Ducharme, he's not afraid to juggle around. So if at some point they're falling off and both lines need to be re-energized, I can see him switching them and doing that. So from what I understand, Ducharme's style is he likes to pair up a center and a winger and not necessarily a center and two wingers as a regular combination, but one and one, and then change up the other winger, depending on the game and matchup and all that. I think that's what we might see with this team. I think we make the Cup Finals and win it all next year. That's just me, though. You're optimistic. It's a little early to go that far for me.
A little bit.
Believe me, I hope you're right. But I
think we all hope you're right. But yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to make
until hockey starts being played.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can say that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like I said, right now, I mean, if I had to make a prediction, I'd say we're probably fighting for a wild card spot for right now. Like I said, that could all change when hockey starts being played. You never know. But for right now, I'd safely say I think we're going to be fighting for a wild card spot.
Yeah, we're going to be in that conversation there. Yeah, for sure. Anderson should be put in the top line if they're playing teams like Washington, especially if the team has Tom Wilson. Well, again, I go back to what I just said there about him with I think you'll see movement like that. I don't think we're going to see this is the line. It's going to stay like that all year, and that's that. I don't think with Ducharme you're going to see that. I think depending on a situation, a matchup, maybe even you're down a couple of goals in a game, well, you switch it up. I think he's going to be fluid like that with one winger on each line. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hot take. Hey, John, how's it going? How's it going?
Good on, John. Good to see you, buddy.
3K hype. Yeah, I'm getting there. Not too far away. How's it going, man? We're just having a little train. We're trying to have a training camp preview. A little bit impromptu because I didn't have a chance to prepare. I saw you had a I don't know, the other day I say I'm going live. Now I see you going live all the time again. Don't you love this time of the year? I hope you got your rest in the summer because he's the hardest working. This is the hardest working live streamer that I've seen out there. That's our buddy John. Luca, 14, 22, 34, and 16. This one's for John. No, 34. No. Let John have 34. I'm fine with that. And 91 as well. Anderson play right wing like Cole Caufield. How do you mean, though? That's totally two different. Like they're the opposite. It's the opposite ends of the spectrum almost, no? Explain yourself. You going to do a stream during the game versus Leafs on Saturday? I sure hope so. As long as I can watch the game, then yeah, we're streaming. We're streaming. Be get the rust out from the off season, and yeah, I mean we got hockey games to stream starting Saturday, so yeah. I guess I could have announced that. Oh, thank God I finally remembered. It's 45 people. Hockey pool. If you want to be in the fantasy hockey pool, because a couple of spots, we got a couple more open spots now. If you want to be in the fantasy hockey pool, the draft is on October 10th. It's a Sunday night. It'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I ask that if you can be there, okay, apply. If you can't be there, I'd rather you don't because I don't want to have any auto drafts if possible. So send me an email. In the emails in the description, send me an email. Just say, hey, I want to be part of it. I have a certain number of spots open. If I get more than that number, we'll do a draw for the spots. If I get less, then we'll just everybody's in. And if I get just a couple too many, then I'll just add a couple more spots. So if you want to take part in the fantasy hockey pool, email me. Emails in the description. Mm-hmm. Oh, something went over my head. You're right, Luca. Sorry about that, bud. Hey, it's the new meds. I have an excuse tonight. Hey, John, always, man. Always.
100%,
man. John, we expect you to disagree on that one. We expect you to disagree on that. They both play right wing. Cole Caufield isn't being taken off Suzuki's right side for Anderson. Oh, is that what you mean? Yeah, no, he's not. No, he's not. No, I expect Anderson to be the third line right wing. And listen, it's a good team if you got. It's a good talent to have on your third line on the right wing. And then you go fourth line, you got Yoel Armia. It's pretty good right side, I think, for the Habs. I think the right side is probably the side of strength right now, or the position of strength for this team.
Definitely.
Canadians need a superstar center to go back into the playoffs. I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think with what's here, yeah, I think we're gonna be okay without that superstar center. You never know. Maybe Nick Suzuki turns into that this year. That's always a possibility.
Right.
Third season. No, there's no reason why Suzuki. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a breakout season, put up a point a game, maybe a little bit more. That's not out of the question for Suzuki. Fantasy hockey, I say. Yes, Harry, if you'd like a spot, Harry, you're a mod. You'd be in automatic. Just let me know you've got a spot, man.
Yeah, I think right now it's just you and me in the pool.
I think that's what's left.
Yeah.
That's all that's left from everybody. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Join up.
Only a matter of time, John. Hey, Quinn, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a bit. How many people in the hockey pool, Rick? Well, I've got it open for 12, but I don't mind expanding to 15. Right now, we're down from 4 to 2, so we've got only 2 spots taken. So, yeah, there's plenty of room. Anybody, like I said, and send me the email. I'll see how many. If the numbers are right, then I don't have to do a draw. If there's more than the spots I've got, I might increase a little bit, or we'll do a draw for the spots. Bergeron was never the superstar. There's a good point. He was never really a superstar, so you don't have to have one. I think Suzuki will put up about 75 points. That's exactly what I've got him at in my prediction. On the spot prediction. Well, it's a good one because it agrees exactly with me. I have him at 25 goals, 50 assists. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's 75 points. And yeah, I think that's his next step up. It doesn't mean he can't put up a point a game. From there, it's not that much more. But yeah, I see him at the same spot you got him at, John. And Matt, I know Matt's my co-host, so he automatically agrees with me.
No, yeah, I think 70 to 75 points is a pretty safe bet. 70 to 75 in that range.
Harry just entered. Well, okay, Harry's in. So we've got 3 spots taken. Harry's a mod. So if you're a mod and you want to enter, you're going to get a spot. But everybody else, send me the email and we're going to draw for them. Or maybe not. Maybe only a few of you are interested. And I'll eat my words. And that's how it'll go. That's what happened last year. Okay, running out of time. Or running out of comments. Oh, I could take that one down.
Mark Kaufman's joining up too.
Who?
Mark Kaufman.
What about Mark Kaufman?
He just commented. He sent an email to join the league too.
I heard Markov, and I'm going, well, what happened with Markov? Yeah, Markov, I see it there now. Awesome, Mark. Thank you. So there's I have 2 other requests. So there are already 2 requests. So that potentially we're at 6 now. And Matt Outdoor sent one. We're at 7 so far. And counting. It should be fun. I like doing the fantasy. There will be a winner-take-all prize of one of these hats and something else. I haven't bought it yet, so I don't know exactly what's going to be added. But it'll be a winner-take-all. That's it. I'm not doing 1, 2, 3. Winner-take-all. So hopefully I win. No, I can't win the prize. Actually, Matt and I can't win the prize because it just wouldn't be right. But we're both in the pool. We can take away the prize from you. No, we can finish first, second, or third, but we won't win. Like if I finish first or Matt finishes first or second or third, we'll just shift down to out of the prize and then everybody shifts up. And that's how it'll work. But I mean, I hope I win for the bragging rights. That's what I want to win for the bragging rights, but I don't want to give myself my own prize. Anti-vaxxers wants to see a superstar. Watch how Caufield is treated if he hits 40 goals. He will be a freaking legend if he hits 50. Oh, that's without a doubt. If he hits 50, I'm going to lose my mind. If you're talking about this upcoming season, if he hits 50 in his first season, he is. Yeah, I mean, how many rookies come in and hit 50 goals? Since I'm a kid, like I said, I know Mike Bossy and Teemu Solani. That's all that comes to my mind. There might be others. So if I'm missing anybody, let me know. But that's all I know. So, yeah, he'd be a legend for sure. Excuse me. Do you guys see the new allegations against did you see the against Evander Kane? Not 100% if you both want to talk about it. Just want to hear your thoughts. I have no idea about any new allegations.
The last thing I saw about Evander Kane was that he thinks he'll be cleared from
I saw that.
The gambling thing, but
I saw that.
I haven't heard anything else.
But that's like a couple of weeks ago. So I dare say if Harry's asking, something that just happened, but I have not heard about it. Luca, I'm more with you, right? I'm trying to be more realistic, and I've said 25. I put 25 plus because I wanted to put the plus there so that if he hits like 30, I'll look more of a genius because I put that plus there. No, but I've got it at 25 goals. I'm going to be happy with 25 goals from Caufield. 30 assists on that, somewhere around there, 50 odd points, and I'm going to be really happy with that. So, you got results?
Yeah. So, two things. One, he got cleared from the gambling thing. Didn't bet on any games. His wife accused, and the papers were filed in court for sexual assault, sexual and domestic battery by his wife.
Okay, so no gambling.
No gambling, but now
charged with sexual misconduct, basically.
Sexual assault and domestic battery on his wife.
Yeah, I don't think I want to comment on that anyway.
No, I'm just gonna say if that's true, he's a piece of shit and should get kicked out of the league. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true and he beat his wife, I mean, like, good luck to you, buddy. Whatever. Don't need to see him skating around on NHL ice if that's the case. And I think that'll happen, right? I mean, if he gets convicted of that, he's going to get suspended from the NHL.
Oh, if Harry just elaborated on a little bit.
Evander Kane last night was alleged by his ex-wife to have sexually assaulted her and physically abused her, and had apparently told her, "You can't rape your wife. I'm saying it now. Dude is guilty." If he said that you can't rape your wife, I would like to meet him in the back alley with a baseball bat.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
So that's what I think about that.
Yeah.
Does it surprise me if
okay.
it's true? No, it doesn't surprise me if it's true. But yeah, I think if that can be proven out, his NHL career is gone. He's off to the KHL if they'll have him.
He'd be off to prison.
But you know what I mean. He's not playing in the NHL. Solani scored, I think, 76 goals.
Oh,
I think it was 76 goals. I don't know if someone wants to check, but I think it was 76 goals. I could be wrong, but that's in my mind. Yeah, Solani just blew the doors off the barn with his season. And I think McGillney did the same, but I don't think McGillney was as young. But I think it might have been his rookie season when he came over, but he was older. But I think McGillney did the same. So that's a possibility. So someone can check on that for me. And then someone says Ovi. What did Ovi get in his first season? I don't think he hit 50. I think it was in the 40s. High 30s or 40s. Could have hit 50. I mean, I don't think so.
Matt is on the case.
Matt is on the case. The intern is at work. Got to rub that in a little bit. Caufield should lead.
He put up 52 goals his rookie year.
52?
52 goals, 54 assists for 106 points.
So Ovi's added to that list as far as 50 goals in his first year. So there you go. I knew I missed a couple. I just didn't know who they were. I should have thought of Ovi. Don't know why I didn't. I'm not the biggest Ovi fan. I know it's weird, but
yeah, 52 goals, 54 assists in 81 games. Holy smokes. That's quite impressive.
Caufield should lead the team in expected goals for per 60 minutes. Yeah, it's one of those advanced stats. I don't understand advanced stats 100%. So, but yeah, it makes sense to me. It does, though. We answered the Ovi. What do you think Christian Dvorak will finish the season with points-wise? I have him. I predicted it 52 points. I can see him literally. Okay, 38 points was his previous high. I can see him getting 20 plus points higher than that this season. I'll go that far.
I can see him maybe going like maybe 25-20 or 25-25.
Yeah, well, my prediction I had 25-27, so I guess we're I mean that's
right in the ballpark.
I think he'll break 50. I'll say that. Be safe. Yeah, Solani did hit 76 goals. Matthews hit 40 as a 19-year-old, but Matthews hitting 40 as a 19-year-old is not the same as somebody hitting 50 in their rookie season. However you want to look at it, 40 and 50, one is greater than the other. Sorry, I'm not making fun of you, but no, we're talking about 50 goals in a rookie season, 50 plus. And if I'm correct, Matthews got 44 in his first season. Am I right? 44 goals?
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
But I do remember his first season. I didn't watch a lot of hockey, so I hadn't seen him at all. But I remember his numbers. So I didn't know I didn't like him yet. All I had to do was see his face the first time, and then I knew I didn't like him. Okay, so goals for 60 is based on high danger scoring chances and shooting ability. So people like Matthews and Ovi have the highest. Yeah, I know that. I knew basically what it was, but advanced stats are not my thing. Timu had in 84 games, 76 goals, 56 assists, 132 points. And I was lucky enough in our that year in our fantasy pool, I was lucky enough in our mid-season draft to pick that guy up. And that put me over the top for the win for that season. Without a doubt, Timu Solani made all the difference. And I got him at the halfway point of the season. And if I'm correct, it was a big late season surge for Solani. A huge, I don't know why I'm picking up the same comment, but well, you know what? We are at an hour and a half. We're at the bottom of the questions. And I think I'm going to say, what do you think, Matt? Say goodnight.
You're the boss.
I'm the boss. Yeah, I think I'm going to say goodnight because I got to take my meds for the night and might as well do that then. And yeah. It was kind of impromptu. We usually do our membership drive tonight. I wanted to do this training camp preview. I wasn't really feeling well and everything into it, so I wasn't sure we were going to do it. I'm glad we did. Had a good time. I hope Matt did as well. I hope you guys did out there as well. Season's approaching. Saturday, instead of Saturday Hockey Talk, we'll be doing the live stream for the game, the preseason game between Montreal and Toronto. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. And yeah, just looking forward to that. And I've got a couple of videos coming out tomorrow. Please check that out. One of them is a channel update. There are some changes happening here, so you might want to check that out just to find out what happened to everybody and all the other changes. So there you go. Check that out, and I'll see you on next video. And Matt will be here on Saturday, and Matt and I will be doing a video together of the season preview. Matt and I are going to be recording a season preview video together, and that'll be coming out just before the season starts. So that's a couple weeks down the road. And I think that's it. I'm going to stop babbling now. So thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks for watching all the videos. Thanks for we're almost at 3,000. That's all thanks to you guys. And when we hit 3,000, we'll do something special for it. And I guess that's it. I'm going to stop babbling. Stay safe out there. See you next one.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.